Hello and good morning. I'm Strangleborn. So today we are talking about This Thing Between Us from Gus Moreno. I don't know who or where I heard about this book. I just remember seeing something along the lines of it being a horror novel. And I was like, okay, cool. And I read the blurb and thought it sounded interesting. And so it was really short too. And that's why I kind of wanted to start the month off with this one, because it's a short read. I had it knocked out in a couple days and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be a peek into like AI commentary and like, whether we should be really relying on it and stuff like that. It really didn't, but it still talked about some pretty heavy issues. And really, essentially what this book is the peek into a man's life, watching him slowly lose sanity while he's dealing with the grief of losing his wife. And that translation to paper was wonderfully done by Gus, the author. This guy could write, y'all. His sentence structures and like the way he just attributes things and how he compares things. Almost every page just oozed with this fluidity, this almost poetic style of, and it's like this, or like he's pouring coals trying to warm the ground up because he's got to bury something, and he lit the coals on there and he said it looked like a trap door to hell. You know what I mean? Just like little things like that. And it really just helps with the imagery. And he's really good at it. And that's just one example. Like there's tons of them in the book. But like it's broken up into 4 chapters, 3 or 4. And they're really long chapters. They're all like an hour or so long, going off of what Kindle says, depending on reading speed. But they're broken up. It's almost kind of like he's hitting you with nuggets of thought happening through it. And Tiago, our main protagonist, we follow him the whole time. And he is essentially writing this down almost like a diary, but he's speaking to his deceased wife. And the little things that Gus did a wonderful job of like capturing what life would be like with the loss of a person. I hope it's not from experience, because it really sounds like that's what it would be like. We're talking like little things, when you move in with somebody or you live with somebody and they have like their own little thumbprints throughout the house. It's like, well, I know this person lives here because they've arranged this section to be like this because that's how they've always done it. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. Well, all throughout the book, he's pulling out little hairs from his wife's, it's his wife's hairs out of his collar. He's wearing a shirt or whatever. He'll feel it. Guys, you'll feel your wife's hair or your girlfriend's hair in the back of your shirt. And it's just like this and it tickles, woo, and I felt that. That's something like I'm always finding. I swear it seems like my wife just like puts her hair on me while I'm asleep and then waits for me to wake up and then go throughout the day. But little things like that. I mean, and then he just kind of describes just the pain of all these things like collectively nagging at him, because like everything is a reminder of his wife being gone. And so we're just watching this guy lose it slowly over time. And it's really heartbreaking. And it's also kind of dark humor to a degree. There's some dark humor. There's some relief a little bit. And then we just kind of start really kind of falling off the edge a little bit more and more. I felt for the dude, man. It made me wonder what my life would be like without my wife. And it put me in a dark spot. She's alive and well, and I love her, and I'm going to continue to love her no matter what. I may not go, God forbid I lose it the way this dude does, but holy cow. It all started kind of with this Itza, they call it an Itza. It's almost like an Amazon, what is it, Echo or something, with Alexis and all that. It's a little glowing orb. It's almost like that. You can tell it's Sahara is the company that makes it. Sahara, Amazon. You know what I mean? It's a parallel. Definitely, the parallel is there. The Sahara Itza is almost like, it's a Bluetooth speaker, smart speaker, and you can set your alarm and all that stuff with it. Well, it starts getting weird and going haywire and stuff in the house and ordering things. This is, he's just kind of talking about it in like the first act, but it comes up, a few times, a bunch of times, and then just this weird wall, and you're like, what is happening? There's some like psychological nonsense happening, and there's a lot of things that aren't explained, but I think that is what makes the book enjoyable and almost near. I don't really want to drive this home, because when people say the word Lovecraftian, they're like, it's either an eye roll or like, ooh, but there's just elements in here that you don't know what you're seeing, because he doesn't know what he's seeing. It's kind of like that. You don't know why things are happening, but they're happening and you got to deal with it. But it's great. It's a great book. I wouldn't say it's going to go on the S tier, but oh boy, it's going to be high. It's going to be real high. And I'm really interested in reading more from Gus Moreno, because he's really a wonderful writer, in my opinion. I love the writing style. Just the comparisons to things, and he draws with words. And I'm a visual dude. I just couldn't not see what he was writing on paper. I had an easy time imagining everything. And when he goes to Colorado, all these places, even when he goes to the beach, it gets wild, y'all. Buckle up. I think it's 244 pages, and I don't think that you should be focused on anything else. If you read this book, I think you should read this book and really pay attention, because if you don't, you're going to feel lost. Even though I was paying attention, I was like, where are we going? Oh, we're slipping into madness here. Okay, cool. But if I wasn't paying attention, I would have been like, okay, well, we're just going to chalk this up to, I don't know what's going on. So he does slip in and out of madness a little bit here. Actually, a lot of bit the further the book goes. And it gets crazy. Wonderful book. Absolutely wonderful book. Bravo. I loved it. I really, really enjoyed the book a lot. So thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.